Hi, hello everyone. I'm Yasin. I'm from Myanmar, and currently we based in Thailand. And then we are a group of a team of coffee processor. So we have coffee processing station in Myanmar. And last year we introduced our coffee as Biome coffee. So this year we will introduce both Three Dots and Biome. Biome is mainly Myanmar coffee processor, and Three Dots we are more to the Southeast Asian coffee producers. Thank you for having us. Thank you for joining today. It's really nice to meet you all. Thank you.
So I'm Kenny. So I joined with Yasin. Like I think around a year. We've known each other for a year and a half. I will speak on behalf of Bix, which couldn't be here today. He is in the U.S. right now. So both me and Bix and Yasin, we met each other a year and a half ago. I used to be in beverage retail industry, and then I was looking for something with more meaning. And that path kind of led me to coffee. I took some coffee classes, and in those coffee classes is where I met Yasin. So throughout the last year or so, the meeting with Yasin, him from Myanmar moving over to Thailand. So we started having more and more opportunity to see each other and do coffee. We kind of helped Yasin move over to Thailand during the Myanmar war during that time. So from the process that he was here, we had a lot of conversations about coffee, processing coffee. I was interested, so started taking courses in coffee processing as well. So through that, I think we found a common goal that we saw an opportunity to do coffee in Southeast Asia and not just Thailand and Myanmar. So I guess that's how we came to meet, and this is going to be our first official year to process together as a team. Yeah, and we look forward to meeting all of you.
So the purpose of today's Meet the Producer is, as this is the first official year to have Three Dots as our partner on the platform, we wanted to get to know you, and also there are, as we talk to roasters or as we research the market, there is quite a strong opinions towards Asian coffee that the quality is not up to the standard, or it's not the best. And we wanted to get to know more about your coffee, also in the technical or more expertise field as well, so that we can convey to the roasters or to the market better and be able to really create more and more demands, more and more attraction and interests from everyone. The first question came from Hazuki, and her question was, so on TYPICA as a platform, we really focus on creating a long-term relationship between the roasters and the producers. And we wanted to ask three of you, or this time just two of you today, what's your ideal long-term relationship that you consider from your coffee? Do you consider to expand your volume lots or community lots, or do you hope to expand more of your experimental micro lots, or any kinds of your ideal scenario or ideal future that you look at? We wanted to understand that.
I think we discussed this amongst ourselves a lot. The reason we do a lot of experimental lots right now is because we're more new to the market. Ultimately, our goal is to be higher volume lots. We want to increase purchasing with farmers locally every year. I think we're still so new that we don't know which products are our hero products or few products. Sorry about that. I think once we start having more hero products that people are interested in, we will make more and more of those. So I think from last year to this year, the lots that were ordered this year we increased volume. So I think we'll keep going on like that.
Yeah, yeah. And also we in the future we would like to expand more of the traditional community lots. Right now one of the reason we are testing a lot of experimental lots, because part of the reason is cherry cost right now in Southeast Asia is a lot higher and higher every year. So we have to test some new experimental laws to use that price to make the higher price in the market. Otherwise, our community lot will be a lot more expensive than the current South American and African lots. That's why currently we are also testing the experimental laws. But our goal in the future, we would like to be one of the supplier of the community laws to be used in espresso blends in the coffee business. That's one of our goals. Yeah.
Addition, a little bit add on to that. We actually have our own plantations in Myanmar that
yes.
already have some plants planted. So for those more cost, like certain sources of ingredients, I think within another 2-3 years,
Yes.
we'll start having harvests from those, and that would give us more ability to have more community lots. That's kind of how we're planning it to.
Yeah.
At each location in Southeast Asia, we plan to have a bit of our own plantation plus our own processing station to back that up. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your response. I clearly remember it, the last year, Mr. Yassin said the Myanmar's community lots is gonna be like you can use for like you can use the community lots instead of Guatemala and Colombia. And then
Yeah.
I really remember that the flavor notes it would really clean up and beautiful acidity in it.
Okay, second question again came from Hazuki, and the question is about a variety. I think in Asian coffee, we do see a lot of Katimor, but we did see on the offer list your coffee, especially Myanmar coffee, came from the variety was Catuai. Is there any reason behind it? Is Catuai a main variety in Myanmar? Could you explain a little bit more?
Yes, our process station and the farmers that we are working, most of the farmers, they are located in Shan State. So in the Shan State, the majority of variety is Katui and Katura. There's very little Katimor. There are a lot of Katimor in other state, and another district, where we do a bit of our black honey and Kenya style coffee. This is another district. So in that region, there are a lot of Katimor, but in Shan State, mostly more than 90% is Katui and Katura, because this is very influenced when the CQI project came to Myanmar around 2010, and then they teach us how to do specialty coffee in Myanmar, and then from that time they support a lot of varieties, and then also encourage to do more of Katui and Katura in that region. And also there are a lot of coffee farming plantation regions in that area, increasing every year since 2010. So they source most of the varieties from locally in that region. That's why that region is majority is Katui and Katura. We do have Katimor, but in other districts.
To add on, Southeast Asia, let's say in Thailand, it used to also be mainly Katimor due to the Royal Project and the seeds that they gave. But similar to Myanmar, like this new younger generation, currently there's a lot of farmers already changing their crops to new varieties. So it's becoming more vibrant. We think the next 5 years or so, like in Thailand, in Myanmar, we'll see a lot more higher quality coffee coming out of here, because a lot of farmers are already like changing and like having harvests come out with new varieties. Yeah.
So in Japan, there are roasters who are very into experimental coffee, as well as those people who just look for a very clean, classic washed that really enhance the terroir, and they can feel the terroir in the flavor. For those roasters, do you have any exciting news, like what kind of variety you're trying, or in the future maybe you would like to try this kind of variety?
Team wash first.
Yes. So right now in our offer list, we have classic traditional wash like community lot, and we have black honey, and we have Kenya style. In Myanmar, currently, we try to do more plantation, but um, most of our farmer friends and ourselves, we are just trying to plant the more resistant strain like Catuai. We also have a few of S795 in Myanmar, and some of the SL. Apart from that, we in Myanmar we are not seeing more new variety in the near future, but in the long term, I hope we can introduce some of the geisha and some of the F1 hybrids in the future, but not in quite near future. But in Philippines, this year we are not sure we can introduce that variety. They have one of the Ethiopian landrace they call sweet TYPICA, and which is very similar to the Da Vinci is very similar to Ethiopia. And the flavor profile is quite unique. I think in the coming seasons, maybe a year or two, we can introduce that variety into the typical platform. Also in Thailand, there are not a lot of interesting variety right now except from geisha. So we hope in the long term we can introduce more variety, but in the near future, we will focus more on the consistent supply and consistent quality of clean coffee from Southeast Asia.
So I have just a few questions. The first one is related to the bellic situation in Myanmar. I will say like the whole national situation, because as far as I know, there were elections right now.
Yes.
And the political, I know this influences the political, social, and also the economical part of the country. So I want to know if this is gonna have any increase on the price of the coffee. I don't know if you already mentioned it, and also if it's gonna represent a problem in the exportation of the same good. And that's one of the questions. And also if it's a problem to, to move the coffee through the export. Yeah. And then the other question is about the drying, because
Yes.
I understand that you guys do a lot of co-fermented or infused coffees. I don't know how you want to talk about it. If in any of your courses that you have done recently, you have improved this part, because I understand that in Myanmar and also in Thailand, there is a huge problem of moisture when it comes to drying. So yeah, this will be the two questions that I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, first
geopolitical.
about the election. Right now, election just finished first round, so they will do 3 separate rounds. So there will be 2 more round of election in this month. And since 2021 until now, the because of the military coup, the country political situation has been a lot of chaos. Compared to 2021, 2022, it is a lot more stable. in the policy, in the economic environment, and also the situation in Myanmar. A lot of people, not 100%, but a lot of people hope after this election, country situation will be a lot stable and improve, because this election is partly backed by Chinese government. So with their intervention, we hope we will have more stable economic situation in Myanmar, even though maybe will not be the same as before, but will improve a lot. We hope, like a lot of people hoping for that. And because of election, that right until now there is no impact on the coffee production and coffee prices yet. But during the start of the season in early December, because of last year high demand from China, once the cherries ripen and harvest into the market, the people try to raise the cherry price a lot. So we face quite a lot higher cherry price. But now most of the producer, we do meeting, and we took an agreement on controlling the cherry price. So right now the cherry price became more stable and better compared to the early season. So that's the situation about the coffee production in coffee areas. Political situation, the war, right now there is no effect on the coffee producing area. There are some wars happening, but is close, not close to the coffee producing areas.
Yep.
And for exporting, exporting around 2021-22, a lot of chaos in exchange rate and from sanction. Right now it became more stable, but only thing we have some difficulties right now is the exchange rate, like we explained in the group. So in Myanmar there are two exchange rate: the government rate and the market rate. So the government rate is a lot lower than the actual market rate. That's why we open two separate invoice to avoid that loss in exchange rate. Yeah. So hopefully in the future we will have more stable. And also government is because of the lower export income since the coup. So they are really trying to push for export income and trying to limit the import. So right now our country is in the exporting mode, and one of the products from our country that really export to the international market is coffee. So the current military government is really pushing for coffee business too. So they give free lands to the producer, and then we can apply. So a lot of people are applying the free land from the government, and then they trying to grow coffee. So the country situation is, our country is now focused a lot on the coffee and exporting. And apart from that, everything is normal. Only the exchange rate is a bit crazy. Yeah.
So I think the fact that we have Three Dots Coffee based in Thailand is partially to offset some of the risk of currency.
Yeah.
Because we're stationed in Thailand, with currency exchanges between Thailand, Myanmar, this area. So there's other ways for us to be able to do those transactions. So internationally facing wise, I think Three Dots plays that role to help offset that and buffer that.
Yeah.
So
And
drying.
Yes, about drying.
Yeah.
Yes, last year we did cold ferment and infuse lot, and then what we got experience from last year is to control the drying. It's different from traditional processed coffee in terms of drying, because of cold ferment, high fermentation, and also infuse. Because of that, the green beans cellular structure is a bit broken, and then the drying rate and drying condition is different from the normal processed coffee. So this year we really pay attention to that, because we face some problems in the drying, like a bit over drying to some over co-ferment and infused lot. So this year we try to control with hotting net culture to make sure the bean mass temperature is below 35 degrees Celsius, to avoid the very quick drying and over drying. So we face that. And also we prepare the greenhouse. Sometimes we face a lot of rains during the season, so we use the greenhouse to avoid the effect of raining and high moisture during some months that we face raining a lot. And this year during the greenhouse, we make sure the airflow, we improve the airflow too, because we learned that from the CQI Q processing classes. And then so we modify some of our greenhouse to make sure the airflow is good, and there is a good enough ventilation, and also prevent from the raining and high moisture.
So recently we hear that Southeast Asia coffee quality is improving, getting better and better. And I do recognize the 3 dots you guys are trying to do experimental coffee to kind of upgrade the quality as well. But apart from the processing, the quality of cherry itself, how do you see them improving, or how do you, what's your thoughts on the quality of cherry itself, and what's your how would you like to improve the quality of cherry itself?
Color sorting,
Yeah.
I think. So I think for the last 2 years, part of the problem with the quality of cherries is because the cherry prices was so high, farmers start strip picking, and then it goes into the processing plant, and then hand sorting was not good enough. So I think starting since last year, we're already seeing a color sorter investment happening in the receiving end of cherries. So this is something that we're looking at as well. It seems that strip picking is something that might keep on going. That's mainly in Thailand. So I think out of the 3, like Myanmar has the best quality of cherries coming in. Philippines have it really good as well. Thailand currently, the cherries that you receive, they are not sorted well. So I think partially how we offset that is investing in like a color sorter for cherries to clear that up, instead of just relying on labor for that.
Yeah, that's where about the quality of cherry in harvesting method. And part of the reason is because of the climate change, the cherry ripening time is a bit different compared to the last few years. Normally the cherry ripening is very even and consistent. So farmers only need to go 2 to 3 times a week and to pick all the red cherries. But right now, because of climate change, the cherry ripening time is less even. So even farmers go 2 to 3 times a day to the farm to pick the cherries. There are only a few red cherry they can harvest. So it means they have to go more frequently to the farm, like maybe every day. So it costs them a lot, and time in terms of time and energy. So farmers became more willing to strip picking when they go to the farm. So that's why part of the reason in Thailand we face a lot of cherry coming in. We saw a lot of different colors. So we have to really pick to get better qualities. In Myanmar is still okay. Cherry quality picking is good, still good. And then Philippines also cherry quality is quite good. In terms of bricks, Philippines cherry quality is a lot better than Myanmar and Thailand. It's around 20 to 25 bricks average. Myanmar is around 17, 18, and Thailand is around 15% of bricks. So this is the current cherry quality in these countries. And in the future, we would like to do study about giving the interval, the fertilizer interval. So now we are looking into some study that if we put the really careful selected macronutrients to the soil, like during the flowering stage, during the bean expansion stage, and during the ripening stage, the plants need different kind of macronutrients. If we can really implement that plan, we even the same tree, the same variety, we can get better quality of cherry for processing. So that's also one of the things that we would like to look in the future.
Mhm. The technology that actually we saw actually came from Taiwan.
Yes.
It was from one of the Taiwan universities with a peptide that they came up with to increase. So we got some samples back to try with the farmers this season. So we'll see how that goes. That's also one of the ways that we're looking at for cherry quality. Yes.
Yeah, from what we see right now, to improve the cherry quality in this area, apart from changing the variety, how we can improve the current cherry quality is first in harvesting, and second, like giving fertilizers carefully, and also after harvesting, the careful pruning, and then the taking care of the coffee tree. This is also very important. So with this tree method, we can improve cherry quality of this region. We are trying to educate and working with farmers more and more as much as we can. We hope in the future we can share these methods more with a lot of farmers in this region.
Yes, sorry. Could you explain again why the Philippines and Philippines and Myanmar's cherry quality better than Thailand's? So because of the weather?
Because of the
Also the age of the plants too.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
First, the coffee varieties in this region. In Thailand, a lot of coffee farms, they are mixed with TYPICA, Catuai, and those are most common varieties that we found in Thailand. There are a few Bourbon, Catuai, but most of the farmers, they in the past, when they try to plant the coffee tree, they just buy whatever they can as a variety, and then they plant. So most of the coffee plants in Thailand, they are mixed, and
Farm
also
planning.
part of the ages of the coffee trees in Thailand. And also it has to do with soil too. The soil type in Thailand and Myanmar is different. Most of the Myanmar coffee farms, they are red soil, and then the Philippines is that the region that we are working in Philippines is in Mount Abu, which is a volcano. So their soil is volcanic soil. Even the Catuai, it will be different sub variety of Catuai for sure, but the Catuai from the Philippines that we are working, is the quality is really good. The bean size is big, the bricks is a lot higher, and then the trees look more healthy than Thailand.
Okay, thank you. I understand.
Thank you.
The question is there any exciting fermentation or experimental processing that you guys are doing? The ones that you would like to that you're excited about? Is it in the if it's on the offer list, we would love to know which lot. If not, we would like to know the processing.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year we add some new lots. We learn from last year too. So there are some lots that Thai natural and also yeast anaerobic lots. Pine natural is kind of the slow dry that we tested in Philippines and some in Indonesia during last season. What we found is when you dry, if you can slow the drying during the early days, what we found is that the flavor profile is a little bit more intense than the normal drying, because from the hypothesis that we are assuming is during the early stage, there are still sugar, there are still the water, and then there are some ingredients that can ferment. So especially the pine natural and just normal traditional natural, pine natural tend to have more fruity because of during the initial pine drying, because of slow dry, it has more fermentation than the traditional one. So that's one way to ferment that we learned last season. And there are some yeast lots. So this last year we did some yeast lots such as the spring lot, spring BK wash. Last year we just inoculated yeast without killing the original wild bacteria and microorganism in the coffee. This year we test before inoculating the yeast that we want to put. We try to remove and take out all the original microorganism from the coffee by doing thermoshock. Put in the hot water, and then within a few seconds we put and we take out and put in a cold water to kill most of the microorganisms that are originally on the coffee cherry and on the coffee parchment. So this year we test because we want to get more flavor from the yeast that we inoculated from the outside. So this year we add that step into the processing, and then this December we'll be sending to your offices in next week. So, what we found, this fermentation from our Indonesian experiments, is we got more unique flavor profile compared to without killing the bacteria. So it can even change the original terroir profile by doing this. So we add some new laws into this year. Hopefully we can get very good result.
And I think for the espressos, I think the barrel aged
Yes.
series that we've done, I think this one is something that we're very excited about. I think it's going to be similar to some of the Colombia, Honduras
Yes.
feel. I think when we tried it with like espresso shots, Americanos, those ones, I think it came out to be very distinctive without being overly strong. So I think that one came out to be pretty like natural and smooth. So I think for those barrel aged versions, for shops that's currently looking for different flavors and whatnot, we think that one we feel like is something that pretty excited about this year. Yeah.
And the passion loss from last year, before sending the actuation mat, when we send the PSS samples, that we got a lot of a little bit over fermented kind of feature in the green bean. So from that lesson, this year we try to do that passion lot similar to that jasmine and rose to make more cleaner. So when you taste that passion lot this year, you will get a little bit different profile from last year. So we improved that also. Yeah.
Because as you know, some Taiwanese roasters want to have more strong, intense coffee.
Yes.
If I request that coffee, how to process the coffee? Yeah, you add some must or something. I'd like to know that.
Fermentation.
Yeah, how to control the flavor.
Oh, okay. Is about first fermentation, and also we have to look at the moisture content when we do the co-ferment or the infuse. So first, the original fermentation. Second, we have to look at the moisture, and then the last is the ratio of whatever we co-ferment versus the coffee cherry or coffee parchment. So we control in these three areas to get more flavor. So the request from Taiwanese roaster, they want to get more intense flavor. So we made separate lots for those, and then we'll send to Japan office, and we will send three different intense lots. That is, one is passion that you requested, and the other two is mango and vanilla. Yeah, we aim this coffee for espresso blend to create a new kind of blend to offer in their shop or in their roaster bean list. It's not we really focus this intense lot for espresso blend.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
So last question, among the questions about processing quality, we would like to end this meeting with a question about your vision. This question came also from Soichiro, from Japan team. And so in the narrative article, you have mentioned that you would like to have East Asian coffee to be in the market and have a specific position in the market as a coffee from these area. At what shape would you consider that to be successful, or what's the milestone that you have in the future that you would think that you've reached that the point? What do you see in that future?
So we kind of have our own internal KPIs of what we look for. I think one of the key ones that could kind of show that is the average price per kilo. I think we're looking to have Myanmar, depending Southeast Asia otherwise, we would like to see the price per kilo could be able to be slowly increasing. Depending on each place's strengths, we want benchmarks. Let's say Myanmar, we're trying to benchmark with like Colombia. So I think what would be successful to us is if we could see the acceptance of price from these regions to a level where people start thinking that if it's, how many dollars per kilo matching with Colombia, people don't think it's like, oh my God, how could an Asian coffee be that expensive? I think that is when we start feeling like, okay, we've done something right. The perception of price versus quality is no longer Asian coffees can't be that expensive. I think that's one of the keys. Secondary to that is volume. I think volume also, but then that partially depends on the plantation sizes of each country. So I think we focus more on the quality side and the price versus quality side. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Good seeing
Thank
everybody.
you for
Thank you.
having us.